Hello, so we're here with John Anthony West, and we saw his lecture at the ARE conference, and he's also recently been to Göbekli Tepe. So John, I just wanted to get a couple of questions at you about Göbekli Tepe and the Sphinx and Egypt, and just a general one. I mean, why do you think it was so important that they built these sites so long ago? What do you think was their primary purpose, especially in relation to the very ancient sites like Göbekli Tepe?
Actually, it's almost an impossible question to answer, because nobody knows why they built them. That they have this emotional power, particularly the Sphinx, is unmistakable. Gurdjieff used to say, when asked about the Sphinx, that it was a symbol of an esoteric society. My guess is, but it's only a guess, but maybe you might say it's an informed guess, that it symbolizes the animal body. It symbolizes the age of Leo. The lion's body symbolizes man as, flesh and blood, as the animal. And then the head, the human head, which is almost certainly recarved at some later date, might have been altogether a lion to begin with and a symbol of Leo. It could also be, when in its recarved state, the human head representing human potential to divinize, in other words, to become, in Egyptian terminology, a star and join the company of Ra and sail across the sky with him in his boat of millions of years. It's a lovely way to put the idea of immortality. It's not impossible, as fusion of lion and man, that it symbolizes the the Leo Aquarius axis, because Aquarius is associated with humanity. It's the water pourer, and Leo, of course, is the lion. So some combination of all of those things as a ballpark guess, but since the Egyptians themselves clearly didn't really know what the Sphinx was for, it only comes into the Egyptian texts in the New Kingdom around 1300 or so, that is well over 1,000 years from the time it was supposed to have been carved, and we're of course convinced that it's carved tens of thousands of years earlier. So nobody knows what it really was for, but you might say Egypt is a one-issue civilization. Its one single aim is the quest for immortality, the potential of humanity to become a god, literally, in the true sense of that word. So the Sphinx fulfills that role, or let's say best guess is that the Sphinx is there to further that quest. Beyond that, nobody really knows enough to say anything specifically, but given the Egyptian doctrine, that's consistent with it.
But with the discovery of Göbekli Tepe, now kind of, like you said, it's like the smoking gun.
Yeah, that is the smoking gun, Göbekli Tepe. The reason being, when we did the water weathering of the Sphinx, that it's thousands of years older, the opposition said, well, how can that be? It's all hunter-gatherers back then. You don't know what you're talking about. The hell with the geology. We don't care. Along comes Göbekli Tepe, which the archaeologists, date to 10,000 BC and maybe even earlier. So that's the smoking gun, because they can't argue that it's a bunch of primitives that produce this whole acreage of interlocked, closely adjacent, major stone circles. So there's no argument with this anymore.
And it's almost like there could be more stuff buried under the ground.
Oh, definitely. Oh, right. I mean, Göbekli Tepe is an instance. I mean, that was rediscovered by accident because it was deliberately covered up. So if other sites are deliberately covered up, there's much more to be found. And now with ground-penetrating radar, and I forget the name of it, the planes that fly over and
LiDAR, do LiDAR or LiDAR.
Anyway, they can penetrate. They can basically like radar, but it's flying radar. Detect things that are underground. There's lots of that has been discovered in Egypt already. They don't know what's there. Almost certainly it's not going to be a Göbekli Tepe type major discovery, or they'd be digging already. But the potential of major discoveries is very much within the sites, as it were.
Thank you very much, John Anthony West.
Thank you.